Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Grown Ups the podcast. Hi, Ellie. How are you?
Hey girl, hey everybody, happy Monday. This week, realistically, I'm gonna be on holiday. I'm gonna be on a sunbed, reading my book. So I'm trying to bring you the positive vibes. But this final week of work that I'm currently in whilst recording this is testing me. My
Is
brain is testing me. Like, it's
I
deep.
mentally your mind is all ready to go on holiday.
Yes. Sis, I'm telling you, since I sat my APC, my brain has not functioned. We're in client meetings, and my colleagues are like, "Oh, Ellie, so do you want to explain what we did here? Tell me why we can't explain." Like,
Actually, I can't.
no, it's been terrible. Like my brain, I actually now know the meaning of burnt out.
Oh no.
I've actually never experienced. This is what I imagine like. Sorry, I'm totally going on a tangent, but this is what I imagine like baby brain feels like.
It, it better not be.
It's mental. I just can't function. Work is mad. Life is mad. But at the time that you're listening to this, your bitch is on a sunbed. So I really can't complain. I'm so excited.
No,
How is
I
your week
love that.
treating you, girl? You're looking all professional.
I know, guys, I've been in the office all week. Who am I? I'm not,
Who
I'm
are you?
I'm a remote worker. I'm not used to this life. It's because we have our conference, so everyone's flown into London. So I'm going in to like meet everyone and stuff. But let me tell you something that happened today.
Go ahead.
Obviously, I don't wear makeup at work because I don't know why I don't. I just don't. I don't, it's just a choice I made at the start, okay?
Love that.
And because I feel like when you start not wearing makeup, yeah, and then you all of a sudden wear makeup, everyone's like, it's a big shock. Like at one of my jobs, when I came in with makeup one day, everyone was like, whoa, 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 which rude. But anyways, so I don't wear makeup. However, your girl is an acne sufferer. So today I'm walking to get lunch with one of my colleagues, and she's like, obviously I've been at the company for nearly 3 years, and I've only had acne for this past year. Like this is a new thing. And she was like to me, what's going on over here? Like, you used to have such gorgeous skin. I was like, should I collapse and die right now?
How dare you?
The thing is, I know she wasn't trying to cuss me out. I think she was just like genuinely being concerned, but it's just the way she did the over here and said that I used to have good, like, yes, girl, I'm suffering. And then after, like, she was like recommending things which anyone with any sort of skin condition or any condition that's like visible will know. People are always so quick to recommend things, and it's like, shut up. I've obviously been to the doctor, like, I'm not blind. And it's mad because I feel like I have like body dysmorphia, but the opposite in the sense of like, I don't think it's that bad. But
No,
it always is
I
if people are pointing it out. I was like, should I now start wearing foundation? Like, lucky, I'm confident. Imagine I
mm,
wasn't. That would really knock me off my feet.
I'm actually just shocked. Like the disrespect. The people have confidence. Some people just say it as it is, but boy, I
I
could never. I
know.
would never. And I agree. People are so quick to come with their recommendations. Like, sweetheart, until you've seen, you've solved, don't. Please don't. Like,
Exactly. Like more time people have gone to see someone about it. I think it's different if it's like if I ask you for my advice and or you say like, oh, I used to have acne, this is what works for me. But also don't bring it up if I didn't ask because it's okay for me. Like I'm actually fine. It wasn't that deep, but I'm thinking if I was insecure, or if I had acne like 8 years ago when I was not as secure, I would have crumbled. Like I would have been sweating. I would have found it so awkward. I would have never turned up to the office without makeup again.
I was even thinking that, like, she could have said that, or was it she or he?
She
Yeah, she could have said that someone who was like mad insecure about their acne and cried in on the spot. What would she have done?
on the spot because it's such a mental thing. Besides the physical side, it's a mental thing as well. I was just like, yeah, guys, be kind to your colleagues. You don't know what they're going through.
Yeah, boy. Oh, techie subject.
Techie.
I almost feel like though it can also go the other way because some days my skin is violent and this is so biased, but guys, my spots are not like under the skin, they're on top and they look crusty. Do you know what I mean? Like they're evident, they're dry, and the rest of my face be doing up oil. And then you know when people are like, I'm like, oh my God, I'm having such a bad skin day today. And then people are like, no, your skin looks absolutely fine. And I'm just like, okay, if you say so.
Yeah, no, it's true. It can actually go both ways as well. It's also like when people like if you say I'm tired and like yeah, I can tell, or someone at work has said to me is I feel like everyone's shouting at me to wear makeup because my own manager said to me, "Yeah, you look tired." I am tired, but you do you have to tell me like that's never a compliment, is it?
No, that is disrespectful. Sometimes when I want to look tired, like when I don't want people to give me too much work, I want them to know I'm suffering. I just take off a little bit of makeup. I wear a little bit less, and I'm like, boy, hard
Yeah,
life.
it's a hard life. It is a hard life.
At this time, how long will you have until your holiday?
I'll be going next week.
Guys, it's so exciting. I love a cheeky winter break. I only started them last year.
I know it's so weird because I'm not in the holiday spirit because it's so terrible outside. Oh my gosh, I was walking outside on my way to work and the umbrella just flipped. The umbrella broke to put it in the bin. It wasn't even my
Guys,
umbrella.
if you follow us on social media, you will have seen this. I saw it via our socials and I died. It really was one of them days today. Like my shoes are wet, my socks are soggy.
Yeah, the thing is, I wasn't even trying to record it, by the way. It's because I was messaging my friend and we were talking about what the weather is like in Cyprus, which is where she's from. So I sent and she was like, well, I guess it's better than here. And I was just gonna send her a picture, like under the umbrella, like, lol, yes. But as I did it, the wind came, my fingers slipped, everything's blowing. I was just like, what the hell? It was a nightmare.
Boy, yeah, this English weather. I'm a fan of the rain and the coziness, but I'm not feeling it right now. Not when my feet are soggy.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
That's not bad. But on that note, it's not only us out here with dilemmas and mistakes being made. So should we jump into that section of our weekly pod?
So, in this week's episode of Being a Dumb Bitch, this is actually something that happened to my friend, and she was messaging me live as it happened. So she didn't,
Love a live update.
she said I could include it into the podcast. So basically, she had a training day at work, but it was all over Zoom. So she's at home listening to the training. There's about 50 people on this call, yeah. She burps, and the the coordinator says, can we please turn off our mics? Because her mic
Ah,
was on. Everyone heard. And you know when you speak, your video lights up so you can see who it was that made the noise.
that is embarrassing. That is so bad.
It's so bad. So note to everyone, please make sure your mics are off.
Yeah, bruv, I've heard some horror stories. At least it wasn't like her peeing or anything like that. Because other people have said that they've taken their phone or laptop to the toilet and thought it was muted and it wasn't, but
Yeah, I once listened to a voice note and it's one of my friends was saying like, "Bitch, you'll never guess what, blah blah." And someone literally stopped the meeting and was like, "Can we all turn off our mics, please?" I was like, but you know them ones you have to shake it off. Like if I was to stress about it, I'd still be stressing about it till this day. So I just had to be, you know what, whatever, it's not that deep, it's not that deep, it's not that deep.
no, it's so true. It's happened to everyone. One woman at my work, sorry, whilst we're on this topic of Zoom mishaps or Teams mishaps, she was in the salon, the hair salon, and she didn't realize her thing was on, and she had it like this with her double chin,
No. And now you're also in a salon, so it looks
and her
worse.
hair is like in foil. Yeah, it was so embarrassing, bro. But it happens to everyone. I feel
It
like you just
does.
have to own it and keep it stepping.
Yeah, you can't let the things like this, you can't let it sit. Actually, I saw a post and it was like I saw a post and it was like do you remember an embarrassing, like a really embarrassing thing that your friend did? Like you will if it's like something major, but more time you don't. Like you're not, no, sorry, it's not do you remember, it's do you think about an embarrassing thing that your friend did over and over and over? Like, no, you don't. So no one is thinking about that moment except from you. So just let it go. Like just let it go. Shake it off.
Oh, there's a song, just let it go. Let it go. I don't know the song. No, it's true. I was trying to think just now of an embarrassing moment. I'm like, I can't think of one. Yeah.
Exactly.
Get over it, guys. It's not a deep, but it makes for good podcast content, so keep it coming, please.
Yes.
Yeah. On which path we have a dilemma this week that someone has sent in,
What the
and they've
hell
said,
did you just say? On which path?
path.
What does that mean?
I made it up, girl. Girl, it has been the longest week. On which note, on which path, on which alley. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
It has been such a tough week. I swear my brain is fried.
Sorry, I'm always out here questioning your English as well. I don't know why.
I'm sorry, I'm derailing. I said to someone this week, I was like, not like the math ain't mathing, but I was like, yeah, I ain't that good at math. And then they looked at me and they were like, and I was like, or English? And then they were like, I didn't want to be the one to say it. I said, I give up. I'm past probation. What can you do now? My job is secure. Touch wood.
True.
But yeah, anyways, hi girls. Happy Monday. Happy Monday, everybody. I wondered if you could please tell me whether I am catastrophizing my current situation. I have a tendency to do this. I completed my undergraduate degree this summer and I'm 2 months into an entry-level job. I feel like I'm enjoying the job, but also not. I panic about the future, whether this is the career path for me, and how much of a natural I am. In an entry-level role, I get that it's okay to mess up, and people are understanding of the fact that you are still learning. But what happens in 5 years' time if I still haven't gotten to grips with it all? Do you both believe there is a job out there for everyone? And when I find the job suited to me, should it come with ease?
That's a good question.
It better not come with ease because mine doesn't, and I don't intend to find another career path.
I don't think that everyone, I, I honestly don't think everyone has this passion and that everyone is going to love their job and everyone is going to find the perfect job for them because that the economy wouldn't work in that way. In the Western world that we live in, the economy just doesn't work like that. Like you need people who are going to do the jobs that no one wants to do. Not everyone's going to be passionate about the same thing. It's kind of like I feel how not everyone finds their soulmate in this life, which is really sad. But like it's not in everyone's path that you're going to find your soulmate, and it's not in everyone's path that you're going to find the job that you absolutely love. I think all you need is to find a job that you don't hate and you can earn a living from. I think that's what you should be chasing. I don't think it's not for everyone to find it. Like you shouldn't put pressure on yourself to find your passion. You should just do a job you don't hate, that you don't dread, and that makes you a living. And then you can pour your energy into your passions, into after work activities and weekend activities and other aspects of your life. Like your work doesn't have to be your passion. Your passion can be outside of work.
I would agree. You can have no passions too. If you just want to finish work and fall asleep on the sofa, that's fine. Life is
Yeah.
hard. Um, yeah, I don't think everyone's gonna be a natural at their job either. Like, I almost feel like a challenge is worthwhile. Like, if I don't feel like I'm being challenged, then I feel like, why am I here? Do you know what I mean? You never want to be the smartest person in the room.
Yeah.
So I think it's fine that you're finding your job challenging. And I just don't think you should look too far into the future. Like, take every day as it comes. You are in an entry level position right now. You have that like advantage of being in an entry level position and people not expecting too much of you. And you won't have that for long. So seriously, just enjoy it whilst you can. Soak up everything you can learn from everyone around you, and then see where life takes you. Honestly, the world is your oyster. Like if this job is not meant for you, this job is not meant for you. Say la vie, we move on to the next one. Like there's a world of jobs out there that you haven't even explored, don't even know exist right now. Um,
Yeah. And I don't think I don't believe in everything comes naturally to you, like you just understand. Yeah, there's doctors who maybe they were just really naturally gifted in maths or whatever, and they just understand concepts with more ease than other people, but they still have to put in the 6 years, however long it takes to get your doctorate degree. It's like if you're born with a singing voice and you just naturally have that great singing voice, but you're still going to have to put in work to become a singer. I don't think anything, maybe some people have more ease with some things, but everyone has to put in work at the end of the day. So I don't think it matters if you're finding something a challenging, that's good. As long as it's like not completely out, like you don't feel like you're like, I would never try and do quantum physics because that's just completely out of my depth. But there's other things that I can excel myself and do well in. So I think you should feel challenged. I completely agree.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of mainstream careers out there that can be learned. Like you don't need to have this adept like knowledge for it or be really, really skilled. You can literally pick them up and anyone could do them. Like my job, I'm pretty sure anyone could do if they just took the time to learn it.
No, I was saying this as well. I feel like, especially at our level at the moment, most of my friends' jobs I could probably do if I
Mm.
obviously I'd have to learn it, but vice versa, like most of my friends could do my job as well if they just took some time to learn what it was all about. Like it's we're all entry level. It's unless you're a doctor, and a profession like that where there's
Yeah.
just such a different skill set, more time, these generic jobs you can just learn. So I don't think there's so much pressure on people. Like just go with the flow. Like if you're a type A character that you need to do well and you need to be the best and you need to be CEO and you need to be, then that's you. But if you're someone who's just happy to just do the job and that's it and move on with your life and do other things outside of or not do anything, then that's okay as well. Like you don't need to feel pressure to be anything but yourself.
Tell them because boy, I feel like there's such a big stigma and drive around your job being everything and you being amazing and being the best and all this competition in the workplace. But sometimes go in, do the goddamn job, go home and live your life. You are not your job.
In saying that, I'm definitely type A, but
No, so am I. But I'm trying to drill it out of myself. It's not every day. Like,
but that's okay. If that's what we want, that's okay. And it's okay for someone to not want this. Like, so it's okay.
deep down, I don't want it. I don't want to be type A. I want to be type B, babe. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Type A be causing me anxiety. But anyways, guys, as always, this podcast is about complaining about your job. It's about not wanting to work 5 days a week. It's about not want to go in and work 9 to 5:30. It's about not want to be in the office. So on that note, do you know what I do? When I'm tired, I like turn into a nutter, like a crazy person. Whereas I feel like you like, we're
I
good.
think you're trying to get your energy back up by doing all of this.
Yeah.
And I'm
No,
sitting into my tiredness.
I'm like a child. It happens to me all the time. You know when a child is overtired and overstimulated?
Yes.
Yeah, that's literally me. I do it in the office everywhere I go.
On that note, guys, please share this podcast, like, comment, subscribe, all of it, because we are putting in the work. Your girls have been at a 9 to 5, which was longer than a 9 to 5. We've commuted, we've come home, and here we are recording this podcast. So please help a bitch out.
Do have a bitch out. Do all of that. All of that. And anyway, so I was reading the news this week, yeah, and I came across this article. So the article from The Fortune says, as the world becomes hotter, businesses may need to switch up their staff's working pattern to cope with uncomfortable heat levels. The expert warned that as heat builds up and becomes more unbearable as the day goes on, a 2 p.m. finish should be better than a 5 p.m. finish. Are you hearing? So we should finish work at 2 p.m. in the afternoon. It's
I'm here
making
for it.
sense to me.
I'm here for
Yeah.
it.
Many businesses, sorry, that does mean you have to start mad early, by the way, but I'm here for it.
I'm a morning girl. I'm all here for the early start.
Same man. Many businesses have already embraced summer hours. L'Oreal, ASOS, and Nike are among the growing number of companies that allow staff to leave between midday and 3:30 p.m. on Fridays during the summer months.
Wow.
Imagine that. I think that's brilliant.
Do you know this completely makes sense to me because in Brazil, the school system is different to here. So whereas here we go to school from 8 till 3, in Brazil you have morning school and night school because of well, I don't know if it's because of the heat or not, but I'm guessing there's that it's rooted in
Yeah.
that. But you either go to morning school and then you're done by like 12, or you go to night school and then you're done at like 10. But then in the middle of the day, you have nothing. So you can work or go home and be outside of not be in the heat and stuff like that. And I've always thought that's so much better. I'd much rather do that. It's like you have your day back.
Sorry, can I confirm that we're doing morning or night, not both? Because I'd rather
Yeah,
die.
it's one or the other. You don't
Okay.
do both. And then it means that you like the morning people, you can either have lunch at home and end the day there, or sorry, lunch at school and end the day there, or you go home for lunch and then that's your day over. So you don't have like here you have break time and lunchtime. It's just like a condensed day. You still have a break time in between, but then you go home and you've got the whole day for yourself, and vice versa if you're going at night.
That's mental. I love that idea. I really think the UK needs a refresh.
Mm,
Like, it's not working. It's really not.
it's
I'm
not.
just not feeling it. I'm tired, overworked and underpaid. And yeah,
Big
I'm
mood.
about this. Imagine finishing at 2 p.m. The only thing is, in winter, it will be a bit mad because it's so dark in the mornings. Like, it's actually unsafe.
Yeah, they do have school buses for that reason. But I mean, if the workforce changed in the UK, if everyone's doing that, then would it be that unsafe?
It's true because realistically, when you leave work at 5:30, it's pitch black. So it would just be a transition. I've always thought this about like I wanted to do meditation on this and I didn't. But you know how like green spaces in England after like 4 o'clock in the winter they're shut and it's dark and they're scary as fuck.
Yeah.
But in Europe they're still functioning throughout the night and they're lit up and stuff like that. Like
Yeah,
did we
that's
just we
true.
just lock them off and say goodbye until the next day? I find
That's
it
so
wild.
true. Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah. It's almost like here's a spot for some crime. This one's not being looked at during this time, during these hours. Come down here. Anyways, so we asked people based on that, what do they want to do? Maybe everyone's not like me and Maggie. You're not morning people. Maybe you're nighttime. What do you call them? Night owls. So our poll this week was literally like a mini quiz. Thank us or thank us not. We just asked a couple of questions to see what you guys are thinking. So I'll do number one, which I think everyone should have agreed with. Let's be real. Are 9 to 5s a scam? What are you saying, Maggie?
I'm saying yes.
Me too. It don't make sense. Like
It
your
doesn't.
day is done.
It's
That is
done.
that is your whole day. That you can't. Okay, fine. Maybe you could do a gym class before 9. All
But long
these
thing.
all these bitches on their 5 to 9 before their 9 to 5. Have you seen this?
Yes, I have seen that. And the other day I went to a spin class before work. Oh
Mhm.
my God, I was exhausted. Like, I was exhausted. I cannot. I cannot.
In summer, I fucking love a morning class before work. It is a vibe. Like, oh my God, the best thing ever invented. But I was going to bed at 9 p.m. because I was tired waking up at 5.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
there has to be some give and some take, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But 80% of our listeners said, hell yeah, 9 to 5s are a scam. And 20% said no, they make the world go round.
You know what? The people that said no, some people actually need structure and they quite like that Monday to Friday, your day is filled from 9 to 5. Like, you know what you're doing, it sets up your day because maybe some people wouldn't know what to do if they had the additional time, if they had to wake up earlier or later, whatever. And it would throw them off. So maybe some people really work with a good schedule like that.
I do think about this. One of the girls at work is moving to Leeds. And I was just like, you're going to have so much free time because when you finish work, you go home. Who are you going to talk to? You don't know anyone. when you wake up on a Saturday morning, who are you going to talk to? You don't know anyone. Your Saturday and your Sunday are completely free, like a blank canvas.
Not not you cussing her out for moving to Leeds. You're gonna have no friends.
No, I think it sounds fucking amazing. Like your Saturday and Sunday are blank. Like you could wake up, do some Pilates, go for a lovely walk around the city. Like I was like, that sounds great.
Listen, if you've learned anything from this podcast, is that Ellie does not like people. She wants to be surrounded by nobody.
In summary, yes. What else did we ask? What else did people say?
So then we did a little would you rather. So would you rather work 12 hours for 3 days a week or 8 hours for 5 days? So at the moment, most people do 8 hours over 5 days, aka a 9 to 5. But you could do an 8 till 8 for 3 days, and then you have 4 days as a long weekend. So what would you prefer?
100% 8 to 8. Do you know how many times I've actually done 8 to 8? And it's blessed. It's
Yeah.
like in reality, most weeks, at least one day, I'll do an 8 to 8.
Yeah, yeah. No, I'd much rather do an 8 till 8. And then because then I feel like if it's compressed, at least I'm in the zone and then I can fully relax for those 4 days off.
Yeah, because I almost feel like Saturday and Sunday, like I think this is why I'm burnt out. Because the day I think I said this last episode, but I'm just gonna say it again because it's our podcast. I can say what I want. The day I got my APC result, I went online. I booked pumpkin picking. I booked the Ali Pali fireworks. I booked ice skating. I booked this. I booked that. I was like, I'm going out. Obviously, my type of out, my humble out. No one's like going to see me sitting at home. I'm going to live my life again. I'm going to enjoy my weekends. And I've just killed myself. I've absolutely killed myself. So I think you need an extra couple of days on my weekend just to sleep.
Yeah, to actually rest because you want to do activities and then you actually want to rest. I mean, I can't relate, but I understand what you're saying.
No, man. Everybody need a rest sometimes. Um, and then finally we asked, would you
Wait, sorry,
rather?
did I even give the results of that? Or did I just ask you for your opinion?
We only gave our own results.
Okay. Well, anyways, the group, everyone conferred 96% of people would rather do 3 days instead of 5.
Why is no one talking about that, by the way? Like everyone's talking about this 4 day week. What about a 3 day week? That actually, but then it's kind of peak because what happens for the people in like retail and stuff like that?
See,
I
I
guess they
think,
could do that too.
yeah,
More
retail
people.
people could do it, but so like my dad, for example, is a driver.
Mm.
And legally, he's only allowed to drive a certain number of hours before he has to legally take a break. If he gets caught doing more, then they'll get fined, sued, etc. So I don't know if it would work for every single industry, but more time doctors and nurses are probably doing this anyways.
Yeah, I am trying to think. Would it work for my industry? Potentially.
Because that's 4 days that you're off the clock. That's a lot. A lot can happen in 4 days. Like the whole market can change.
Yeah, maybe it's a stretch, guys.
But maybe it's your 4 days off, but you're on a rota, so the company's still operating, but it's just you that are off, and then but your colleagues on. So there's always someone on the desk.
Mate, do you know them people there, yeah, that have rotas and they work like one weekend every couple weeks?
Mm.
Guys, I couldn't do it. I am that person who needs routine. Not 7 days a week, not even 5 days a week. Cheeky four would be nice. But like when your rota is consistently changing, like even my mum's like she'll have random days every week. And I'm just like, how do you function?
Yeah, especially when all of your friends do 9 to 5s Monday to Friday, because then how do you actually schedule seeing them? Well, that might be great for you because then you have an excuse you're working on Saturday. So my days off Monday and Tuesday. Sorry.
No, everyone knows I don't need excuses anymore. I'm
No,
just not coming.
that's so true.
And the last one, Lord, this episode has been a shit show, just like my life. The last one says, would you rather start work earlier and finish earlier, start work later and finish later, or start work early, have a siesta and finish later, which is kind of what we touched on before. And I feel like we're both start work earlier, finish earlier kind of girls.
Yeah, 100%. But I definitely know a lot of people that the mornings are not for them. Like you need to give them half an hour to marinate before you even say hello. So I do get that other people would say the opposite.
I thought this as well. Like most people I know are not early birds. We are rare. 82% said start earlier, finish earlier.
Mm.
But I think most of those people are looking at the finish earlier without actually thinking about the starting earlier.
Yeah, yeah. Read the polls, guys, read.
And then 11% said start work later and finish later. And 7% said start early, have a siesta, and then do some later.
Yeah, because I guess you still have like the middle of the day to do something fun. It's like having a it's like working from home. Sometimes you take a long, long lunch and then you come back and do some work in the evening.
So true. Honestly, when I work from home, I set my own hours. I
Yeah,
had a really good thing going back in the day where I would start at 5 a.m. Actually, I so did this. I would start at 5 a.m. and then I would take like a 2 to 3 hour lunch break. I'd go for a jog on the treadmill. And then I have to emphasize jog, not run. And then I'd go back to it and finish at 5:30 or 6 or 7, depending on how busy I was.
Interesting.
I think I could vibe with that, but not permanently.
Yeah, I think I would hate to like do something fun and then it's like, oh, still have to work when I get home. Like I'd rather just
Yeah.
condense it all in the morning and then have my
Have it over
afternoon
and
off.
done with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys,
That's that.
that was the last episode of season 2 of Grown Ups the podcast. Look how far we have come, Ellie. Ellie, that's 40 episodes down. That's 40 episodes of us chatting pure shit recorded on the internet for everyone to hear.
How excited. Guys, thank you so much for putting up with us. Let us know your thoughts, feedback, comments, anything you want us to discuss in season 3. Do you want us to be a bit more topical? Do you want us to be a bit more opinionated? Let us know. Let us know what you want to hear. Send your thoughts and feedback into grownupspodcast@gmail.com or
DM us on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at Grown Ups the podcast.
and we will be back for season 3 in the new year.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. Happy 2023.